Now that Seinfeld is over, I hope we can all get on with our lives and just meld seamlessly into the Godzilla hype. He is bigger than my ego. Well, for nearly a decade now, America has loved to laugh at the shenanigans of a group of totally self-absorbed, completely unlikable characters whose bumbling, wacky schemes always seem to backfire in their faces in the funniest possible way. I, of course, am talking about the Republican Party. Now, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but, you know, maybe the reason Republicans are so pro-gun is because they need them to constantly shoot themselves in the foot. It has been nearly 4 years since Newt Gingrich and his band of fascist elves stormed Capitol Hill, promising to toss out the old to make room for something even older, greed and fear. Then right around the time Clinton and Newt were duking it out over the budget and opening and shutting the federal government like bedroom doors in a Richard Lester movie, the American public began to realize that some of the congressional class of '94's ideas were about as humane as running the Iditarod with a team of Taco Bell chihuahuas pulling the sled. We listened to this Republican Congress shrieking for 2 years like the colicky baby of Lou Costello and Bjork about campaign finance reforms, only to see them fizzle like charcoal briquettes at a fraternity beer bash. Well, how did that happen? Oh yeah, didn't I read something about Newt Gingrich receiving illegal campaign contributions? Oh no, that would be too perfect. That would be like saying that the nation's most vocal proponent of family values had an affair with another woman while his wife was on her deathbed. Never mind. Newt Gingrich sums up the Republicans' problems in a nutcase. Their most extreme members are more out of step with the rest of America than Joe Cocker in a line dance. Remember, this is the party of Strom Thurmond and Jesse Helms, men so stiff they make Herman Munster look like Alvin Ailey. The classic distilled philosophical difference between Republicans and Democrats has always been about the ideal size and scope of government. Republicans say that Democrats want a huge monolithic federal institution that will compromise personal liberty and freedom by controlling individuals' lives with intrusive policies and a dictatorial agenda. Republicans, of course, believe that is the job of organized religion. I cheated there. I was a desperate little fucker, and I waited for you to applaud. I hate myself when I'm needy. You know, Oh, what a desperate little smack-off I am. You know, God has no place in politics. Quite frankly, if God saw the way some Republicans invoked his name, he'd turn atheist. But you've got to feel sorry for the Republicans. They're constantly painting fake tunnels on the sides of cliff walls, only to see President Clinton somehow beep right through them. See? Clinton is like the bad guy in Terminator 2, able to assume the shape and voice of his enemies to get what he needs. He appropriated Republican ideas, added a little dash of his inimitable dewy-eyed Bubba Magic, and presto, the next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The Republicans had no idea of who they were going up against when they took on Clinton. And as any intern who's ever encountered the president in a West Wing hallway can tell you, Clinton does his best work when his back's to the wall. In the end, partisan politics is what it needs to be, a constant tug-of-war anchored by the fattest white asses on each side. So as Newt Gingrich, Trent Lott, and Dick Armey dig their tassel-loafered heels into the muck and strain with all of their might to move the weight of a public opinion in their favor, old Bill's got his end tied up to the hitch of a Mardi Gras float, and he's sitting in a lazy boy with a corn dog waving to the people while Miss Nude America rubs blueberry hot lube into his fleshy shoulders. And that's because the one thing Clinton has going for him is compassion. And you're about as likely to find a Republican who's connected to the needs of women, minorities, and the poor as you are a naked chick silhouetted on a mud flap in the parking lot of the Lilith Fair. There is a... You know, there's a presidential election in less than 2 years, and right now, well, I see Al Gore taking it because Republicans have a serious problem with the American people right now, and that is nobody likes you. We don't want you in charge. You're like the old lady babysitter who won't order out for pizza and hogs the television. We don't like you because you're weird and you're mean. And you need to stop taking yourself so seriously, pull the American flagpole out of your ass, and lighten the fuck up. Of course. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I want to know what you think.